start the bridge every now and then. Welcome to DisruptEDtv. We're doing it a little differently today. My name is Alcini.
I'm Joe Asamendi.
And Joe, we have a terrific guest today.
Absolutely.
Bob Ubell, who is Vice Dean Emeritus of NYU's Tandon School of Engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And our subject today is a very important subject, I think, for all higher education. All institutions of higher education should be online schools and can be online schools. Bob, maybe you can walk us through a little bit of your feeling on that. I know you've had 10 years experience doing that at NYU.
Well, with decline in enrollments, especially these days, the universities who depend heavily on tuition are seeing their revenue decline together with the enrollments. And if they depend entirely on students coming to their campus, they may be in trouble. As a matter of fact, as we know, and if you've been following this, schools are closing left and right. Small liberal arts colleges, especially in the Northeast and the Midwest, their traditional enrollments are narrowing, and so they can't keep up. The financial burden of running these schools, increasing ways of attracting students to their campus are just narrowing. It doesn't exist anymore, or the existence of new students who come to campus, especially in the Northeast and the Midwest, where the populations are declining, and especially high school populations.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the last 10 years, 50 small schools have closed.
Wow.
That's an enormous number.
Absolutely.
Yes, completely closed. There are a few schools who have merged with other schools in order to defend themselves against going out of business. But this year, 3 or 4 schools have closed. There's one school, it's amazing that they've survived in Tennessee, in Memphis, I think it is, a music school, had 300 students. At NYU, 300 students occupy a lecture hall. So how is it possible for these small schools all over the country who have idyllic places that we all think of as wonderful places to be, with greens and quads and beautiful bell towers, somewhere in the Midwest or in the Northeast, where everybody's image of what American higher education is all about. It's not great large buildings like you see in Europe. The ideal population, the ideal place to be. When I was a kid, going to a small liberal arts college was where everybody aspired. It was the place. But today, those schools are in serious trouble. They cannot support themselves. And if they're not going online, they're missing a revenue stream that might save them.
Well, there has been a shift in the market then. So the market, instead of kids coming out of high school, which there are fewer of, going off to study at a university somewhere, now more and more of the population who wants to learn what a college or university can teach them is older, maybe already in the workforce, maybe going back to school after a break, and they just don't have they don't have the ability to go to the brick and mortar school. But without lowering the standards of education, without lowering the accreditation, those schools can reach a much larger market of students.
Absolutely. If these small schools, and increasingly also public education, that's losing its financial support from state legislatures, they're also dependent upon declining populations. So that you cannot depend upon, as you just said, the students who are just coming out of high school. You must change your perspective and turn to the mid-career student, the non-traditional student, the adult student, who may not have earned an undergraduate degree and went off to work, who may not have earned a graduate degree either and went off to work, and is working now in order to support their families, in order to support even a class or two that they might be taking. So the growing population in undergraduate and graduate education is the working professional.
Well, what I like about the way you're putting it too is that instead of considering this as solving a problem of a shrinking community, we're actually grasping the opportunity of what could be a growing opportunity. I mean, this is a growing market, not a shrinking market. It's a market of everybody in the world, not just a few people who want to come to you.
Yes. So the online population over the last decade has grown substantially. It even continues to grow now. If you eliminate the for-profit schools, it's still growing at the rate of about 15 to 20%. Whereas on campus is either flat or declining. So if you are measuring, if you're a school measuring how to proceed, how to attract new enrollments, new students, going after a market that's declining or flat is not wise. Going after a market that's increasing and growing, that's the way to go.
It's the logical thing. You, Joe,
One of the perceptions, I think, of online education was a different degree than you could get on campus, but you said it's exactly the same.
It's at most schools, the schools that I know, the schools that I respect,
Uh-huh.
and this is including places like Stanford and NYU and other places, Michigan, they have very powerful, very responsible, very respected online programs taught by the same faculty, the same curriculum. There's practically no difference except one is taught in a conventional classroom and the other is taught virtually.
That's great, Bob. We have to take a break. We'll come back after this break with more Bob Ubell to talk about how schools can do this.
Absolutely.
It's very important to know this is something you can do. Bob has some advice for you, so we'll be right back after this break.
Yep.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to DisruptEDtv. My name is Alcini.
I'm Joe Osmendi.
And our guest is Bob Ubell, who is talking to us today about how every school can be an online school and needs to be an online school, I think, Bob. So maybe you can talk about how it isn't all that hard. I mean, it's certainly less expensive to build an online presence than it is to build a science center. Isn't that right?
I couldn't agree with you more. I wrote an article just recently in Inside Higher Education about the difference between the costs of online versus on campus. Suppose you were the president of Scranton University or wherever university you are,
Sure.
where there is a declining market, but as a thought experiment, you came to the president and you said, I have 1,000 new students who want to enroll in your campus. And you would think the president would go, fabulous, 1,000 new students, I need them. And then he says to himself, oh, but I need new classrooms, I need new laboratories, I need new facilities, I need new parking, I need new housing for my students. I can't do it. I don't have the resources. My budget wouldn't allow me to accept 1,000 new students. President, what about online? Oh, online. Online, I don't need those to build those classrooms. I don't need to build those laboratories. I don't need any of the things that would stake me if I was asked to do it. I can welcome 1,000 new students with a very modest budget.
So if we're talking then to somebody watching our program who might be the president of a small to medium-sized higher education institution, how do they start? How long will it take for them to build this?
What are their options?
First way is to do it yourself, which is what I did 20 years ago when I was head of online learning at Stevens Institute of Technology in New Jersey. And more or less what I did here at the NYU Tandon School of Engineering, because when I came here, it was a very modest program with a few students and a few classes. It wasn't, I didn't start it, but it was not robust at all. It took us a year to go online. Seriously, in both places. At Stevens, by the time 3 years were over, we had 600 students. By the time 9 years were over, when I left, actually, I left in 12 years, we had 20,000 enrollments.
Really?
That's impossible on campus. You couldn't do that in 10 years because you didn't have the resources to do that.
And these enrollments, were they all over the world, all over the U.S.?
Well, usually, surprisingly, half of them are within maybe 100 miles of the campus, because those are the students who know you.
Right.
Really?
Your brand is open and positive within 100 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they live within 100 miles, they're not going to come to your campus, but they respect you and they know you, so they'll go online with you rather than with a fly-by-night for whatever they know in California if you're in the East Coast.
With this,
The second group, which is about half, are all across the United States. So there's about half within a 100-mile radius. For example, in the metropolitan area, it would be in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and so on. Would occupy about half of the students. This has been my experience at both institutions that I worked in. And then not exactly half, maybe another 20% is across the United States, and then 10% is international. The thought that you would attract large numbers of international students online is just not so.
Okay.
The international market wants to come here and be part of the American experience. So Chinese, Indians, and others who occupy big shares of residential population do not go online. For them, online feels like it's not being an American and participating in the American culture.
But one thing I would like to add is what's interesting about that marketplace is somebody with a modest income in Wyoming can get a degree from Michigan or Wisconsin or NYU, and that's very impressive.
Yes, and actually, that you mentioned Michigan, they're one of the best online programs in the country. They, like many public institutions, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and now some of the biggest places in Florida, 3 schools in Florida have generated tens of thousands of new enrollments. Arizona State is hoping, I heard this, I'm not sure it's true, to enroll 100,000 new online students and 100,000 on-campus students.
Yes.
So growth is necessary, but you have to know how to do it, and you have to know how to do it well. So one way, as I said before, is to do it yourself. But you need skilled employees, you need a driver, you need someone like me who respects it, honors it, and demands it. If you have a weak, easygoing director of your online program, I wouldn't recommend going ahead with it. But if you have a champion of online who believes in it, who thinks it's not only financially useful for your institution, but it's a quality education that you can get on campus as well as online. The second way is by not doing it yourself, but going to what they call providers. And you buy different resources, marketing, building programs, and so on. And there are maybe a half dozen quality people out there, vendors, who will do pieces for you of the puzzle. And then a new phenomenon that's growing very big in the US is called OPM. In financial terms, people know OPM as other people's money. But in online learning, it's called Online Program Management. And these are companies that do the whole thing for you. Recruitment, course development, from start to finish. And you as an institution provide the content, the faculty, but not all of the other things that are necessary to run an online program. Critically, the skill that it takes to run courses online that attract students and in a very positive way and engage students effectively. Most institutions don't have that skill, so they go outside, either in the second arena that I mentioned, we find vendors who will do particular things for you. Some vendors will do the technology as well as the pedagogy to do the right thing, so that students are engaged. The third method is the reason why it's become so big and so important is that the third method, the OPMs finance your entire program. They are your bank. So both their OPMs in two senses. They're OPMs and online program management, but they're other people's money. They are the financial support for online learning, and they will finance the entire program for you. In return, they get half of the revenue. So,
But you stand up more quickly that way, and you've got a program up and running in less time that way. That's great.
NYU just did it.
Bob, hang on one second, hold that thought. We have to take a break. When we come back, let's talk about how NYU did it with Bob Ubell.
Yeah, let's finish.
We'll be right back with DisruptEDtv. Thank you. Hi, welcome back to DisruptEDtv. My name is Al Cini.
I'm still Joe Osamendi.
And welcome back, Joe.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Bob Ubell, who is giving us some great information about how a school, any size school, anywhere in the country, can stand up in a very short order at very low cost an online presence to address this new market we were talking about. Bob, you were just before the break. You were saying you were going to explain how you did it at NYU.
No, not how I did it. I did it in the first instance ourselves. There are three ways of doing it. One, you do it yourself. One, you appeal to vendors. And the third way is OPM, that's online program management. One of the schools here, the education school, was pressed to go online. The marketplace and other reasons encouraged them to go online, but they had no resources. They were starting from scratch, and they interviewed us as Tandon School of Engineering to see how we did it, and they recognized that it took us a while to get up to the speed and the quality that we achieved with 10,000 enrollments now. The education school wanted to do it overnight. They were more anxious, more eager to provide online learning to their marketplace. And so they went to an OPM, 2U, which is, I think, the leading OPM provider in the country. And they organized several programs with them. I think they also went to another OPM provider for another part of what they did, called Hot Chalk, as well. So they do these two deals, and within a year, they had 2 or 3 programs up and running exactly as they wanted, with their faculty teaching, and the financing came from the providers,
Wow.
from the OPM companies. So the OPM companies have which I think is brilliant, because most schools are strapped for money. So the OPMs become not only the skill resource, but the bank. And it's a bank that provides you with your cash to do it. They don't give you the cash. They do the necessary development of the courses. They do the necessary marketing of the courses, the recruitment, the digital recruitment, which most schools haven't got a clue how to do. Digital recruitment is a key element in online learning. And if you are a traditional school, you don't have any of that skill on campus. So going to an OPM or going to a vendor who has that skill is a requirement, unless you find some genius to come to you and do the right thing. So that's what they did, and within a very short period, they have hundreds of students in their program. So my hat's off to engineering, the education school, for recognizing that they wanted to do it quickly, and they went outside and did it right. The downside is that they have to share their revenue. I think in this case, I'm not sure exactly because I haven't seen the documents. In this case, 50-50.
But I mean, the benefit is you get a whole new access to a whole new market and increased enrollments in a challenged time for schools. You can, whether you're a small school or a large school, you can do this. And I think you made a point earlier that I want to highlight. You need to have an impassioned champion, a leader who's going to take charge of this. If you just see it as an administrative job, then it won't work. You need somebody who really does push for this.
Exactly. Who understands not only the financial implications, but understands the pedagogical resources that come to play, and how online, in many respects, can be better than in campus.
This brings up a point. First of all, I think that the OPM takes out any chance of failure, which makes a big difference.
Exactly.
It really takes out any chance of failure. But when you bring, I think the perception that was wrong, and you can address this if you would, of it's possible to cheat online where it's not really possible to cheat in the classroom.
Well, the jury is out on that.
Okay.
Another article I wrote for Inside Higher Education is about online cheating. And I myself, as I was doing the research for that article, believed that cheating online was easier and more prevalent. It turns out that it's not.
Good point.
That on-campus cheating, something like 60 to 70% of students claim that they've cheated on campus. And, you know, without telling everybody that my friends at school, even I on occasion, had a look next door at the next desk to see what my co-student was doing. I've been guilty of it too, and it will possibly happen because the number is enormous. 75% or something like that of students who are interviewed and polled claim that they've cheated on campus. So the idea that cheating online is more prevalent and more invasive than on campus is not true.
That's a misconception. Probably, I think the larger point is that the experience the learner has is the same, and they learn the same information, and they gain the same knowledge, both online and when they're present at the school.
And then the ways in which on-campus has to monitor students and their cheating is pretty porous. You have a faculty member or a student sitting in the front of the class. How do they know what's going on?
How do they know?
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
At all.
Good.
Online, you can't cheat because you're doing this. You're watching the student take the exam, and his hands or her hands are free. He's not looking at a bottle that has the answers inside the label, which you can do in class. All these freaky ways that the students have now that are brilliant to cheat. Online, it's much harder.
Yeah, well, Bob, we're coming up on the part of our program where you get to talk directly to our audience about how you can help them and how they can reach you and what your message might be. So maybe you can go ahead and do that for about a minute. We've got some time here. Great.
I am the author of a book that was published just last year called Inside Going Online. I almost said Inside Higher Education because I write for them. Going Online. It's by Routledge, and a lot of the things that we've talked about today and that I've gone through are in that book. So I recommend that if you want the details of how to go online, it's written from the point of view of an institution. So those institutions that are watching, I recommend that you take a look at that book. It's called Going Online by Robert Ubell, and the publisher is Routledge. If you want to reach me by email, it's a simple email address, bobubell@gmail.com. I really appreciated this opportunity to talk to you. This was a great interview, and I had a great time.
Bob, you were a terrific guest, and I think the bottom line message is that any school can do this, no matter how large or small they are, and every school really needs to consider doing this, because if they're not, then they could be missing an opportunity here. I think looking at it as an opportunity rather than as solving a problem is where really the future all kind of presents itself clearly. And it was a great interviewing you today. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bob. It's been great meeting you, and I think you had a great message.
Thanks. Okay, and thank you all for joining us today on DisruptEDtv. My name is Alcini.
I'm still Joe Osamendi.
And it's great working with you, Joe, and a real pleasure talking to you today, Bob. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob.
And we, as they say, are out.